are going to be making a tier list of every Dimension 20 show so far. Um, oh, wait, no, okay. Yeah, that's right. We are casting the Online Heroescape Season 55 finals in a little watch party here. Dysel, say hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I
I'm also,
we
yeah, I am streaming also on my Twitch channel as well. So,
make sure to
um,
go support Dysel. Um, if you're a Twitch fan, go support her. Go hop in between chats. We're streaming together. This is our this is my first stream collab, which I'm very excited about.
yeah,
And also my first the first casting on my channel. Um, so I'm looking forward to it. We are starting here. Dicel, do you want to run us through these armies as they're getting set up?
yeah, I can definitely do that. So, we have on one hand, what is that? Two squads of blasts. Yeah, two squads of blasts, three squads of glads, Van Nessing versus, that's four squads of Sacred Band, Frazier, Marcus, and then Airborne Elite. Uh, So the glyphs on the map, Ingvild is it. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, but it matters a lot less in this matchup, especially for the Sacred Band. Um, and um, the the missing the drop for Airborne hurts because this army can definitely do some things with when you kind of cleared out the Glads, but they're in trouble if you not trouble, but it's going to be much harder. I think that um, this map does help the band, at least in that it's not great for line of sight. So,
Good points. Yeah, yeah. We are getting started quick here. Uh, not late to the game start time, but they did start a little early, so we're catching them right as they're setting their order markers. Um, we've got Earthling on the left side here, playing the Glad Blast. Earthling is an excellent player. He is currently eighth ranked in recent OHS and
yes,
ranked 32nd all time OHS. So very good player. He's also fourth in OST League rankings right now, and he is also a finalist in the Classic League, which that game will be played tomorrow, I believe. So really solid player, doing uh, very well recently. He's also done quite well thus far in the current OST season. And then on the right side, we have OG Blaha playing the Sacred Band, Disciplined Army there. He's currently the 10th ranked recent OHS player. He was an OHS season 53 semifinalist and now season 55 finalist. He is currently 12th in OST League rankings, and he was also the Sir Heroescapes Champion Circle League qualifier number 2 winner last year. So both players are really solid, have definitely risen a lot in the last few years.
yeah,
Neither player has won an OHS season, if I'm correct in that.
that is
So we
correct.
will be crowning a new champion, which is very exciting.
Yeah, that is true. Neither of them have. Yeah, I've actually trying to think if I feel like I played against Earthling at ScapeCon, but I'm not 100% certain. He's been there 2 years, and I know I played him in one of those 2 years, so I don't remember if it was last year or the year before.
Yeah,
Uh,
they're both great guys, super fun to play
yeah,
against.
yeah.
And really good players. This will be a really good game.
It's funny because Earthling in the General Wars event at ScapeCon was playing Armok Vipers, and he ran into a Glad Blast build played by Vidar, and I basically needed him to lose that game in order for me to win the tournament. So that was me rooting against him. So but this time
Oh,
I don't know if I'm necessarily rooting one way or another, but both players are yeah, both players are really solid.
both have good chances in this game for sure.
Yeah, I
Um,
think I think the big thing is going to be that if Earthling can kind of set up a like just wall of glads, it's gonna be tough for um does he pronounce it Ojiblaha or Oglaha? Because my brain has always wanted to pronounce it the second way, but I'm
I
not going to
believe
pretend like I know that Kurt's correct.
I believe.
Anyway, so yeah,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, the band kind of need the airborne to drop in the near future. I guess they could try and like whittle away stuff. I just feel like they're gonna have a situation where they're just gonna get sniped so badly because well, attacks of 3 on 4 because those will be well for the most part they'll be 4. Um,
Yeah. The hot topic of this game obviously is, when the airborne are going to drop, if ever. We kind of missed the dramatic, uh,
three.
round one drop with a whopping three. That could have been a game deciding role right there. If he'd gotten the drop, that's a huge advantage in Blaha's favor, and
Hmm.
I think that swings the game to him. Not to absolute certainty, but I think to near certainty, having a really good position going into the game immediately. And so the airborne not dropping round one, frankly, makes the game a little more interesting. We're gonna get to see how Blaha positions his band to predict airborne drops, how he positions Marcus to get the most out of them, and how he keeps them safe from blasts, sort of returning fire over the wall that we'll eventually see set up of band and Gladiatron. So we'll be watching at the beginning of every round, for an airborne drop that's going to completely change the landscape of this game.
Something worth noting is that the blast right up here, up on the three snow, yeah, can be shot at, can shoot at that band with height. So that's a 2v3, which those go through a lot more than you think. Like I said.
Yeah, like that. Like that.
Um, yeah, I don't know if that. So the problem, like I said, the problem um with the band army is that it kind of has to. He's playing pretty aggressively with Marcus. I'm not sure I love that. Well, I guess it depends on. Well, because let's see, so that's height 4. Um, because if Marcus gets too far out ahead of all these band, you're looking at a situation where so the problem that the band is running into is that there's not a lot of road right out of the start zone. And they can't really use on it. I actually probably would have spent order marker 1 on putting Fraser like on the road somewhere because you want the like out of sight or something like that. I mean it's a 6 range aura, but um
Pretty big aura.
I just worry that the times that you're really going to want to use it, you kind of want to basically hit the army before it even like knows you're there. And I don't know if I love the aggressive Marcus play. Um, because if Marcus goes down, Marcus is the only bonder in this army.
Mhm.
And if he goes down, you now have 4 move band, and 4 move band that hurts. That really hurts. And you're losing an attack per turn, which you so I don't hate the move right now. I will probably dislike it more if he moves to try and engage some of those lads with Marcus.
Yeah, it does seem like he's trying to bait Earthling a little bit into putting one or two Gladiatrons there because Marcus on height there, the blast. Still, even with one or two Gladiatrons around him, shooting up, 3v4, that's all right. And then Marcus is getting height attacks down. Um, it seems like a fine position for now. But yeah, he certainly pushed them aggressively in. Mega Silver, Chris Perkins, welcome to the stream. Oh, Grey Waves. All right, we got an international audience here. For for
Yeah,
the
yeah, it looks like over on my end, Thrasher and Arrowgrud have chimed
nice.
in. So
Welcome everyone. Welcome. Yeah, big crowd. This is exciting. This has been a really interesting season. Another Delta season, and with alternate win conditions. Um, we do
yes,
have the control points on the map, which aren't a non-factor, but with with how
look,
easy it can be to keep your opponents from getting those points, we might not see too many plays for the control points tonight.
yeah, it's you generally go for that if you like horribly misjudged the army that you brought and you get a bad matchup and your only shot of winning is like by trying to spam as many of those control points as you can. That's about the only time that you should really do something like that. Not naming names or anything.
Yeah, absolutely not speaking from experience, of course. Uh, yeah, I think there have been more games than I expected that have been won from control points. Zero is the number I expected. So anything more than that was surprising to me. But the games that I played, I did feel like they did change things. They did change certain positioning and things like that from what would have just been a straight kill 'em all. So I did like the alternate win condition.
One
Made
sec. I'm gonna answer a question about the glacier. I'm gonna go grab my glacier real quick.
Oh, okay. So that's so getting out the real terrain. We've got a line of sight question over the glacier there. I'm assuming from that level 3 ice spot to that band. That's a close one. It's kind of hard to tell. Um, I would be tempted to give it to him the way the line looks, but
And we're back a dinosaur story.
that spike. Uh, what do you think? Is that glacier too big?
Yeah, I just pulled my glacier out and I was like, oh, that is way bigger than I remember it being.
It's tall. It looks like it's just a little bump in the road on the top down, but
Yeah, I know it's like
they're,
it's like
they're big.
it looks significantly bigger than that one. I just like pulled it out of my box and I was like, oh, I could set something up with this. This is big. This is a lot bigger than I thought it was. So yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Although to be
Yeah.
fair, I don't know what level that is on. But
Uh,
I think it's more likely that it's a no than a yes.
yeah. Interesting. Um, Yeah, so a little more about these armies. I at least have a little bit of background about Blaha's. This was actually an army that we tested together for the Midwest Melee format, which is so wildly different um, than what this format was. It wasn't Delta points. There was a massive tax on common squads, and there was a pretty strict restricted list where you could only play one. Blaha had considered coming down to Midwest Melee. He is a Midwest player, but he's out in the Black Hills, and Omaha's a bit far. But
Gotcha.
Sacred Band times three, Marcus and Airborne fit in this format and fit actually quite nicely. And so when he saw that it fit in this Delta control points, again, a wildly different format, with a large figure limit and some slight adjustments with Simon and some extra band in there. He decided to play it, which is interesting. There is a pretty popular opinion that the Airborne aren't a very good unit to bring in a straight, double blind. You play one army the whole tournament because there's a lot of variation outside of your control with when they drop, and there's the chance that they never drop at all, which I believe actually did happen in one of his games. like Mega Silver was saying in the chat, he did actually lose his very first game this season, but then has managed to win every game after that and make it all the way to the finals. So this game will be an interesting little case study in how the Airborne can perform in tournaments like this, playing 7 whole games. Are they consistent? Mega Silver, yeah, they never dropped. Can they still be consistent enough to win tournaments? Which is obviously a big, a big drawback for these guys. I personally think the Airborne are still a super solid unit, regardless. So it will be interesting to see if Blaha can prove that they have what it takes, and if you can work around not having a round one or even a round two drop. We'll see.
So the thing with the Airborne that I've heard bandied around a lot is they win games but lose tournaments. And it's sort of the principle, it's kind of like how I think there was one of the Sir Heroescape tournaments where I considered an army that had Azazel in it. And the problem that you run into with the Airborne, with Azazel, with a unit like that is the odds that there will be a game where you, oh, I don't know if I love that move. There will be a game where you, okay, I think I see what he's trying to do. I still don't know if I love it. Um, but there will be a game where you inevitably don't get the roll when you really do need it. And I think it's important to recognize that, yeah, that he's also engaging far earlier than I would want to. But basically, yeah, you want to make sure. I lost my train of thought when he started attacking. Basically, I want to calculate the odds out real quick, but the odds that you go a game without having basically playing 110 points short is decent, and that's not exactly something that you want to. It's a handicap, and if they don't drop. So they'll probably win you a game by themselves. They may very well lose you a game by themselves.
Yeah, and he did. I mean, he did lose in the game that they didn't drop the very first one. Although Mech Silver says it still was very close, which is interesting. I mean, the rest of the army is pretty solid, but yeah, the nice thing is about the a format like this versus something like League and Seasonal where you just play 4 games and then you're done, or like CCL where you just play 5 games and then you're done. Uh, if you lose a game, you can still win your other 3, and then you're in the playoffs still, and you just need 3 more games to go smoothly, really. Which is still a big ask for the Airborne. Chris Perkins says, "I wish the Airborne got like a +2 bonus every round that passed before they drop, because never drop is a really sad day when it happens to you, especially if you lose on points time. Yeah, if they don't drop, it feels bad. Because then you always feel like, oh, I could have won that game if only they had dropped. And then it feels like the D20 is fighting you. Um, oh, Garanex, welcome.
So, question for you: what do you think are the odds that you go 5 rounds without dropping the Airborne?
5 rounds. Okay, this is interesting to me because I have a fun anecdote about the Airborne. Uh, okay, five.
I have a fun
I'm
Airborne
gonna say
anecdote too,
I'm
but
gonna
what
say it's got to be like 20%, right? 5 rounds without dropping.
5 rounds without dropping? It's actually 8%.
Whoa. Okay. Okay. That's pretty low. That's lower than I thought.
It's because you're essentially, so how you calculate that out is it's about a 40%, sorry, it's about a 60% chance that they don't drop. So you
Oh,
then have
okay.
to multiply 60% over 5 rounds, and 0.6 to
Ooh,
the fifth power is
over.
about 7.7%.
Okay. Interesting.
So yeah.
Yeah. Shrug, watching the sun train back home. Welcome. What have I missed? We just got started. This is Earthlings. This is the last order marker of round one. So you haven't missed too much. They have made some positioning choices. Earthling has been setting up a little Gladiatron wall and slowly pushing up Blastotrons. Blaha has played very aggressively, as you can see, dropping Marcus into band right in his opponent's face while continuing to develop up his back there. He did get the two kills, the 4v4 and the 4v5 the last turn. So you could almost argue that it's worth it. He's almost certainly losing both band here.
I
But
mean,
if you trade band for Gladiatrons perfectly evenly, that certainly works out in Blaha's favor.
for the most part, yeah. I mean, that's the thing though, is that is because now here's the thing: if Blaha loses initiative, um, what happens then? Like those Gladiatrons are going to engage Marcus. Although if he can't kill this,
Oh, and as Chris points out, Earthling grabbed Dagmar.
yeah,
Hmm.
Earthling has Dagmar.
Yeah,
Um,
and I was just thinking, yeah, even if the airborne drop, they probably don't go first. And
well, here we go.
oh, he got it. Oh, this is so fascinating because Marcus
So
now is in an awkward position.
where do you put them?
Yeah. Okay. He's choosing to just fully hide one. I agree with that. Ooh,
Can't place
that
that
one's
one there.
really close. Yeah.
I know where I would place them. So
This is going to be
so
interesting.
I would
Yeah,
put
tell us.
so you can do you put two on these fours over by Ingvild, and honestly, there's a very real possibility I put the third one on Ingvild as well because you literally cannot get to any of them.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
you just physically can't move there.
yeah, so those two that he's putting there. I don't know if I put this third one there. I Yeah, that's actually probably the no. Like I would put that one on this four right by Ingvild because you cannot get to those people. Had this sacred band surviving was very important for that. Now here's another question for you. Do you use the grenade?
Oh, uh, that is a good question. I would say no.
Yes, that is
I
correct.
think it is tempting to hit that big chunk of four Gladiatrons if you drop a 2 out of 2 in there. That doesn't feel too bad. But then if you hit the middle one and the middle one dies and none of the others do, you're kind of stuck with some
Well,
useless
especially because you
ones
can
also
get
far away.
like at the moment you can get two attacks of five that
Yep.
they basically cannot counter. Well, okay, I'll take that back. They can definitely shoot at you, but they're doing 1v3s at the moment.
Yes. Which feels fine.
So I
Although
think, yeah, the question
there
is
is a question. Yeah. Go ahead.
okay, well, my thing is this I keep them there, and well, let's see, what are the odds of a 1v3 going through? Because, well, yeah, because you
Oh, it would
can't,
only be 18%, something like that.
14% actually.
Oh,
So that's kind of the thing is that, yeah, I mean, if they get those, it sucks, but the truth is that
15%.
there's a very real possibility that they don't. And now here's another question. Do you focus on shooting at Blastotrons or Gladiatrons?
I personally am a big believer in always going for Gladiatrons first.
That is usually the
So if
correct play.
untapped
Um,
spell,
really,
shoot.
the reason why you would go for Blastotrons is if you can kill a whole bunch all at once. And right now, the Blastotrons are pretty protected.
Yeah, well, and you have two full squads. I mean, he hasn't lost any yet.
Yeah,
Um,
you're
it's
you're
gonna be
not
hard. down below full activations. Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it, but you need like two or three good rounds. You need a really good round, and you and the big thing is that the Goliatrons will gum up the rest of the army. So
Yep.
yeah, but
Yeah. No.
this is roughly the position that I would set up in. That is roughly the position I would set up in. If this
Yeah.
band had died, this would be a very you would not have had this good spots to do that. So this band staying alive ended up being super crucial.
Yeah. He's a champ. Uh, the the question here, they're setting up order markers. Would you put your order marker 1 on the sacred band? You have because there is a chance that Earthling could push through. He has 4 Gladiatrons right there. There's a chance Earthling could push through that band right there and slide them around to that level 4 by Marcus on
Wow.
his order marker 2.
Oh, by order marker two.
If the airborne don't kill enough Gladiatrons, they might get engaged. Not only putting them in the cyber claw and having to shoot into the extra melee defense, but also making them much more vulnerable to blastrons. So if you're Blaha, are you considering an order marker 1 in the band? Because with that Simon
No.
bonus, you can probably get engaged.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Earthling rolled a 2.
Doesn't
Oh, Blaha misses it by 2. Oh, that would have been a massive Dagmar miss right there.
I mean, I've had it happen. I've rolled a one against Kevin Dola when I really needed to win initiative. You know, it happens.
It does happen.
So yeah,
Uh,
no,
yeah. Earth
I
three.
would have honestly thrown all three order markers on the airborne.
Oh, oh, this is why we have smarter people in the chat than us. Yeah, Simon Fraser. Yeah, Simon says he wins. Megasilver says, "Oh, that's huge."
Oh, right,
It's
right,
+3
right.
bonus. Oh
I
my
forgot about
goodness.
the initiative bonus from Simon.
Oh my
Um,
God. Wow. Yeah, that feels pretty good against Dagmar dropping that down to 5 instead of 8.
yeah,
And
no,
lowering the odds quite.
it definitely helps your odds. But yeah, no, good call. I forgot about Simon's little. I'm so used to only existing on Papillons and Mogram that I forget it also exists on Simon. I've not really played too many games with Simon.
And he did put an order marker on the sacred band, but it wasn't his one. Interestingly
How did that one get on the four?
enough. Oh, let's see. Oh, I wasn't watching the walking up. Yeah, +5 instead of +8 for Knit is something you can still beat. Yeah, it drops your odds down um quite a bit. I guess there is a ladder there. I suppose that could be it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, and they get the movement bonus from Simon.
Only if you end
He
return
can go
engaged.
he can go 3 around, right? And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up the ladder. Is that oh we counted wrong. Because they do have 5
They do
moves.
have five moves. That's right.
Is it so isn't it
But you
3
do have to.
around?
I believe you do have to count the base space of the ladder.
Yeah. Oh, it's 2 rungs of the ladder. Oh, okay. I thought it was just 1 rung.
But yeah, no,
Okay.
I actually would have put all three order markers on airborne, and here's my reasoning for it. I need the airborne to kill as much as they can. I am fully playing them as if I am going to not have any airborne left, and I need them to do as much damage as possible, or else
Interesting.
I am screwed.
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. I'm surprised. I had thought maybe an order marker 1 to gum things up and keep airborne alive until the end of the round, hoping to get more out of them than just this round 2. I wonder if Blaha isn't thinking the same thing, hoping to clear out some of this stuff turn 1 and turn 2 with airborne, and then send band in to protect them again, and still have a couple airborne left in round 3. That might be what he's thinking.
That might
But
be. It's a very risky proposition with Dagmar. I almost feel
oh,
like,
it is. Oh, it is.
yeah,
Yeah. No, absolutely it is. But I don't know if you're. I guess if you're Blaha right now, do you feel like with five Gladiatrons gone, uh, if the airborne undropped right now, do you think you could win this with just band? Or do you feel like you need to push
it would
airborne
be
in
tight.
as much as you can?
It would be tight.
Yeah, yeah, it's close.
Well, especially
Especially
because so that one Blastron over by the glacier can absolutely do a 1v2.
uh
Um,
by the glacier.
sorry, down in the bottom of the map.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, he could take an even ground shot. Interesting.
Yeah, there's definitely a 1v2, and you absolutely take that as
Yeah.
if you because if they don't try to kill that Blastotron and they try to go for more Gladiatrons, that Blastotron then engages set. Well, I mean, yes, you could move the airborne back. That is a thing you can do, and it's arguably a good call to do.
Um, yeah. Oh, the chat is a little concerned about. Yeah, I think the ladder. I think there are two ladders. I think that's why would you have a rung that isn't attached to anything? I don't know. I don't make maps. I'm not good at it. Daiso is excellent. We should ask. she
Yes,
would
I
she
am
would
very
know
good
why
at
you would
making
have a rung that
maps.
isn't attached to anything. That's
Incredibly good. The
that's
bestest of maps.
that's her next map. It's just ladders with absolutely they're not they're just ladders like freestanding, like 5 or 6
I
stacks.
think
Like
technically
just
that's
sitting
illegal.
there.
I think. Well, no, wait.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think you can have a ladder freestanding. I think you can
um,
have parts of a ladder freestanding, but not the whole
the
thing.
the map will be called Balance, and it will just be like 5 or 6 of these ladder only pillars, sort of uh, wavering about the battlefield.
I mean, I could do
I'm,
something like that.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
It's
Thrasher was also pointing out the Simon thing and also was agreeing with me that yeah, three order markers on like I said, yeah, that one's going up there. Um
yeah,
and I
yeah,
feel
it's
like yeah, you kind of yeah, you have to make some of these calls here. And one of the other things to point out is that Van Nessing is really good in endgame.
yeah. So that's another part. We didn't talk too much about Earthling's build. Obviously, 3x glads, 2x blast is kind of the like ideal ratio. Um,
So I
but
liked Doc's Glad Blast combo better, but this is still a good one.
he's got 110 delta points left over, I believe, maybe 115. Uh, why Van Nessing? Why Van Nessing instead of Morrow or Krav or
Well,
uh, uh,
I don't know if he
he-
had the figures for Morrow.
was that the
Yeah.
reasoning? Okay.
Um, I don't know, but Van Nessing is still a really solid pick, and it looks like one of the airborne is down, which hurts.
Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, the even ground shot worked. Um, that's yeah.
Well,
I thought he was.
it was actually from this far back one.
Oh,
I don't know. Oh, I know why he's doing that with those ones.
yeah.
Um,
He's moved around. He's using
oh no, never mind.
his
It was the one it was the even ground one. Yeah. So yeah. Um,
yeah. Greyway's pointing out Van Nessing in this format can claim a control point in just a single turn. That is cool. Um,
yeah. No, Van Nessing. The thing with Van Nessing in the end game, which is a very good thing here, is that and so here's why I don't love putting the third order marker on the sacred band, because now you either have to reach you basically no matter where you move these airborne, you're gonna get you're gonna get hit. You
Mm.
you can't play you like if you had your third order marker on the airborne, you could back up into these other sections and just start shooting at things, but you just don't have that opportunity. And if you're putting your next order marker on the sacred band and you only have what, three band that can actually do anything?
Yeah, especially now that he's down one airborne. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
if he keeps that, well, either of those airborne where they are, he would need to clear out all three gladiatrons, and then Earthling would still have a blastatron to engage him with, giving up one good attack for three better attacks into airborne. So it's
Oh, that
a
hurts.
proposition leaving him here.
Oh,
Yeah,
that really hurts.
a 5 for 3 missing, trying to protect his band back there. Uh,
Well, the
uh,
thing is,
threes
honestly,
on.
I would not have cared about that one unless well, so the thing is, that one back there was less concerning to me because what I think Earthling was trying to do with that was Earthling was trying to get a situation where that Glad could run up and engage several airborne. So the thing is,
Interesting.
now Blaha knows that he doesn't have to. So not Blaha. Earthling knows he actually can afford to not necessarily focus on the airborne
Mhm.
if he so wants. Like he can move up those dudes more because he knows that he's not going to get shot at by more airborne.
Yeah. Yeah, he needed his X to be on Simon Fraser to win that initiative, but then you give up if you
I
went to
just
three on band, you give up that element of surprise there.
I just throw all three on airborne. That's literally what I would have played.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The nice thing is about freeing up that those band in the back, he will be able to engage her um, with Fraser. That band on the level 3 snow perch here might even be able to run all the way around to that Blastatron. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the movement bonus? It's only plus
I
2, I
I think it's
believe.
+2. Let me look real quick.
He's a little bit short. 5, 6, 7. Oh,
Yeah.
can he? If he hopped to this level 3 onto the ladder onto the other level 3, is that something? I know ladder.
I think you basically I think you have to use I think you have to go to the landing space before you go on a ladder. Unless
Okay.
you are already on a ladder yourself.
I know there was a whole like
There was
memo from the OHS organizers
look,
because we have like every person in the Heroescape community has a PhD and still like we cannot figure out ladders, and now they
War
were
and Peace had fewer words in it than the amount of discussion that happened around Heroescape and ladders.
it was there was a I remember there was like a whole poll and like data
Yes.
was collected, like it was a full
Not just
spread.
that, there was competing teams. There was team OSHA compliance, which required, more movement and stuff like that. And then there was there were two names for it. Team parkour or team not safe for work.
Parkour. Super Frog apparently is on Team Parkour. He says you can enter the ladder from the side. Oh boy, opening up old wounds here.
I
Uh,
actually don't remember I legitimately don't remember what the rules are, but I was like, I think that's the rule, but I don't actually know. I play with ladders so rarely that I just straight up don't like,
goodness for that. I think I remember something about swiveling onto even little.
ooh.
So level 3 rock to level 3 rock is to move. So he would actually be able to get this band on the level 3 snow that double hex around
So
to hit the blast.
Thrasher asked the question about whether or not it's worth it to get rid of the sacred, like to keep the airborne elite alive, so you don't shoot sacred. Sorry, so you don't get attacks from the sacred band. And I see the argument. I don't think it's a good argument.
Yeah, he's only getting to one Gladiatron this
Hmm.
turn
Yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah, you get the kills where you can. Now two
And
airborne. Um, not not amazing attacks. Earthling did get the one more kill that he wanted, which is good. Again, airborne still probably the biggest threat to Bad Blast here with their extreme range and their bonus. But now that they're locked up, you feel a lot better.
I mean, he does only have 5 glads left. Uh,
Mhm.
but he's also not going to be getting Marcus bonus for any of these attacks. They're all going to be 3v4s, which only go through about 40% of the time. I guess actually he can get some. He can get some. He can actually get a band up and attack this Blastotron, which I think is actually a solid maneuver there. But if it goes badly, the 3 for 3. But the problem is that he was so aggressive, and if you look, he's got so many bands sitting in his start zone. One, two, three. He's got a squad and a half sitting in his start zone.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the nice thing is they're getting places. They are getting
Yeah.
places with Frazier, and I think he's really counting on that +2 move to get them into battle when it inevitably shifts past the halfway mark. Because Earthling is building up momentum here on the far side, on the top side.
Well, especially
So
because yeah, no, this is
and
and
running in
yeah,
start.
and
Mhm.
if because another thing to note is Earthling can go ahead and grab Dagmar again with no worries.
Yeah, Chris says Earthling has another good shot at the initiative switch. Yep,
Yeah. And an
absolutely.
initiative switch here would really hurt. Um, unless, of course, he gets really good attacks here. That's not a great start.
Mm-mm. No, that even ground one is blocked. Oh, and a blank. That's painful. Blank on the blast.
That one is
Yeah,
really painful.
you don't want to leave. You don't want to leave your pants encaged. Uh, okay, another 1 for 3 blocked, and now he's got the 4 into 4.
That's pretty good.
Much much better attack, but only one kill might not be enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, the unengaged band on the snow could use a ladder to go with the blast. Yeah, I just don't think he saw it, especially because there was a lot of ladder confusion already in the game with the airborne move.
I
Uh,
honestly would have gone for the 3, gone for the control point.
oh, you think?
Um,
Oh, just
just because one, this, and two, you know, free control point. Why not take it?
yeah, I suppose. Uh, I think with them both at 0 victory points, I guess Earthling could get one, but I that just it just doesn't feel worth it
Oh,
at this.
Earthling's not going to get a victory point, but it's one of those things where it's like. But again, also the bigger reason is because this whole Godiatron is able to gum up 2 Sacred Band with
Yeah,
1 Godiatron, and that's really painful.
that's a good point. Yeah, I didn't think of that. Interesting. I guess he was banking on more kills. Either one feels okay. But
Banking on kills is a dangerous strategy.
I don't know. Maybe I mean, he might feel desperate with his airborne locked up and dwindling band, despite again going quite evenly for Gladiatrons. And in fact, I think he's only lost one squad of band, if I'm
He's lost a
counting
squad and a
correctly.
figure of bands.
Yeah, which is not too bad. Getting Earthling below a full squad of Glads would be very nice, and he's very close to doing that. But it we'll see how this next initiative goes. Earthling could certainly get plenty of kills this turn, but I think from what it seems from his development, moving up more blasts and that sort of thing, it seems like he's setting himself up for something really big next turn.
Yeah, no, he definitely moved some of those dudes. Well, and the other thing that he's doing is oh, interesting. I would have probably moved up the this back Blastotron onto even ground with the airborne, but I understand I think what he's doing. I also would have grabbed Dagmar Well, yeah, I would have grabbed Dagmar.
Yeah, it looks like he's still thinking about it. Because if you are counting on an initiative flip, and again, we know that's not certain, you could certainly sacrifice good attacks from Blastotrons by getting engaged and moving them, so that the next turn they're already in position and you can activate four different ones and get an extra bonus.
Okay, so he is
And
grabbing
he
Dagmar,
Magmar.
and that one is okay. So he doesn't need to declare these, but I one of the reasons why I like moving the Blastotron up here is because it gets you another on the floor. That one that's next to the airborne is it one you have a 1v2 on an airborne. Always a nice shot. Basically means that the airborne, if you get that shot, the airborne are never getting another order marker.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
no, I like that too. And again, you're setting yourself up the next turn for an even better turn with different Blastotrons. I think that would have been an excellent play. It looks like he's just banking on getting, enough quantity of attacks.
they're both rolling
Are
really
coming through.
terribly for.
Yep. Yeah, it's a low it's game so far. We've got one last attack coming in from the back, it looks like.
I would have shot the airborne. Well,
Yeah, I wonder if there's a line of sight question there.
no. I mean, yeah, it's fair, but oh man, that hurts.
Yeah,
You're basically counting on initiative, but if he does get initiative, it's going to be a really brutal one.
yeah.
Um,
Presumably. See, this is why I liked engaging as many Blastotrons as possible. None of those attacks went through anyway. But now you have one extra dice every attack you get the next
mhm,
the next turn here.
yeah.
And you still have four free. You have these three back here, close to a start zone, and then you have the one on Dagmar that can hop up to the level four. So you would still have exactly four Blastrons
Oh my
free.
gosh, he rolls up.
Oh no, but he's still
Okay, he
oh,
got it this time.
oh my goodness.
He got
These
it.
initiatives, these initiatives, Earthling, heart attack for sure. Relieved by another single digit roll from Blaha. This time not quite enough with the Fraser bonus.
Yeah,
Being
that's
four short. Wow. But see here, I guess he'll get one more glad engaged, which is good.
well. The thing is, the Glads actually aren't in a great position. Neither of those two Glads are in a good position to engage at the moment.
Yeah.
They can both the bottom one can get to Marcus, but can't get anywhere else.
And that with Marcus still at full health, that
I
just
would have
doesn't
still
feel
moved up. I would have moved up the Godiatron to one spot, up to this two spot here. So on the next turn, you can march on up in there.
right. You can re-engage. Yeah. That's a good point. Although I think one, two, three, four, five. I think he's still able to do that. Although,
No. I was talking getting up on the four.
oh, on the level four. Oh, sure, that makes
Yeah,
sense too.
that's my thought. That would be what I would be shooting for, unless you're planning on moving the Blastron up there.
No, it looks like he's hopping onto the other level four, fighting on two different sides of the boards here now.
I mean, it is
Um,
worth noting that there's no order markers on the airborne, which
yep, yeah, Blaha's fully switched to band, which
I,
which makes
I mean,
sense.
I'll admit there's a part of me that thinks that I don't know. Oh man, here these 1 for 4s are really hurting.
I You'd think something big is coming up here soon. He's got to get some kills. You can't go two turns in a row not killing anything.
Yeah,
That's game ending.
wow, another 1 for 4. What are his stats? They have to be not
It
great.
can't be. He only
He is
went
at
3 for 12. Oh,
he is at
oh,
35% attack dice.
oh,
You
oh, God! With
It
how
is
many?
very hard to win with 35% attack dice.
Man, yeah. With how many dice is he doing that from? He's
I mean,
been
the
playing
thing worth
around.
noting is that he's actually still in a really solid position, even with that. That
Even
was that was
kill
a very important kill.
the 1 for 2. Okay. Wow. Yeah, 35%. Uh, That's brutal.
Oh, that one hurts. That one hurts.
Yep. Yeah, freeing that.
You wanted that Gladiatron to live. The good news is that
Band are still kind of tied up.
yeah, well they can't really get past. So the thing is, the nice thing that I would have liked about that two spot is that well, yeah, it's still going to be tough for them to get to places. But they
Yeah,
can
there's
definitely get a heighted attack down on the um. Oh yeah, I was like, I can get there. Oh no, wait, no, it went through Marcus. Yeah,
1 for 8 across the niche switch hurts my soul. Yeah, it's that was brutal to watch. And then that one kill felt like almost gratuitous at the end, which
it was
means
just
it's the
it was
least
like
likely one to go through out of all of those squeaks through with the blank. But yeah, see, I still think moving up Blastotrons at the end of that round, and again maybe you're hoping to get two kills at the end and then two kills at the beginning. But I think if you move up and engage all four Blastotrons and boost your other Blastotrons that much more for the initiative switch, I think that would have really helped them out there.
I can
Uh,
agree with that.
Granted, he
Um,
still rolled so terribly and it might not have mattered, but four extra attack dice could have made the difference, especially because I believe Jacob blocked one of those exactly.
they
And then
were yeah, they were mostly blocked
so
exactly.
one
So
more dice there could have been one more kill. And honestly, at this point, this position is really sharp. We're looking at even one or two kills turning into like huge positional advantages. So
if this bottom Glad gets killed, it could be very painful. That blast, I was expecting that blast to die.
blast. Oh, and he blanked twice.
Okay, those both of those being blanks hurts.
God. Uh, Blah feeling bad for Earthling and deciding to also drop his attack stat below 40%, I guess.
So
Man,
let's see where he puts it.
big,
I'm gonna, okay, good, good, okay. He okay. I was curious if he's gonna move the Glad down to the other one or if yeah. So
yeah, Earthling down to just three glads, the last of his protection from a swarm of band from his
the
Blastron
yeah
dwindling
the
quickly.
problem though uh for Blaha is that again he doesn't have uh he doesn't have the he doesn't have any order markers on the band on the airborne, so he can't exactly take advantage of this.
Yeah, interestingly, I mean, there's still a lot of round to play out, but the airborne
Hmm.
have freed up, and Earthling has fully abandoned that position on the bottom side there.
Yeah.
He said you can have that hill. I'm taking my hill on the top, and honestly, I think that's fine. Marcus again, really forward, not the worst spot.
No, that's
Uh,
actually a decent spot for
now
Marcus right now.
it's worked out for him quite well.
The problem is that, um, gosh,
Uh,
dude, you need to roll more than you need to. You can't keep whiffing these because that's just painful. How that, yeah, it's just I don't know what to say other than just
I Earthling defaced a temple of the dice gods this morning or something.
okay. That one finally goes through.
Or
So
he comes back. All right, all right. It's starting to equalize. But yeah, holy cow, we've seen some poor dice from both of these players so far. Um,
oof,
oh,
that one.
a
That's a
big
big
block.
block.
During this game sponsored by the number zero. Yeah,
This
that's what it
is this
feels
game
like. You look
sponsored by
at
the number one. It
you
feels
look at
like
this text 0 for 3 3 times in a row. That's oh my
yeah,
god. Oh no.
0 and 1.
Oh, oh my. Only one of those kills. He's only gotten two kills out of his last 12 attacks, and they have all been quality attacks. Don't get us wrong. Three
Yeah.
for threes, or 3v3s, 4v3s. Um,
He's now at
Again, yeah, this one.
36% attack dice, which is actually an improvement.
Oh, good. It was that 3 for 4 that
Yes.
brought him back toward the brink of normalcy.
He's
Holy
now
cow.
down to
Uh,
two.
yeah, yeah. Marcus going beast mode. Yeah, everyone rolling zeros. Honestly, Earthling is lucky that Blaha is also rolling pretty low
Mhm.
attack dice, or it would be a total steamroll, and sometimes there's just nothing you can do about that. But we want it
Blah.
close.
Yeah.
We want this to come down to the wire, so we're rooting for whoever's behind to come back. Yeah, on
Earthling.
average, yeah. Grey Wave says on average, Earthling should have gotten 6 to 7 kills across his last 3 turn at least. Yeah, I mean that's the
That
stats
sounds
for
right.
50%, and he's gotten some 4v3s too. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Um,
The amazing thing is that Earthling. This is still very winnable for Earthling,
oh yeah, Band are still grinding into the last.
despite that those awful turns. It is still winnable.
Yeah, yeah. He still had 2 glads left, and that's not nothing. Um, uh,
I mean,
uh.
Marcus might be able to do some shenanigans. Oh,
Oh, that's a big one. Oh, the
that's
3 for 5 goes through.
yeah, that's okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
if I
oh,
if yeah, if Vlad's gonna roll like this, then never mind.
oh! This game
Never
changed
mind.
so
Yeah.
quick.
Okay,
Oh,
cool. Cool, 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 cool. So after Earthling spends like 12 attacks doing nothing, Blaha goes, what is that? Out of a total of let's count here real quick. So that
that
is
has to be.
15 dice. 13 of them are comeback skulls. Okay.
I'm
If
freaking out.
Blaha loses this game,
How does that
it will be because the
even?
dice have absolutely turned around on him.
How does that even happen? He just went, oh my God, what did he roll? He just rolled 5 attacks of 3 and everyone was
13
perfect.
out of 15. 13 out of 15.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
And the airborne are completely fine.
Yeah, they're free. Well, and he's got enough band now. I mean, he killed 2 gladiatrons and 3 blastotrons
He
with
has
that
killed
turn.
all the Godiatrons.
Yep. Yeah, they're gone. So he's got no. And oh my God. And that was only his turn too. He has a turn to finish out the round. Yeah, I think that the game might have just ended uh
Yeah.
brutally and with
No, like
with
Earthling still had a
swift and,
shot.
and ugly
Earthling still had a
decline.
shot, and then that
Yeah,
happened, and it was like, well, never mind.
yeah.
I was
But
gonna say you had a shot, but no, actually, sorry, you don't.
yeah,
Okay,
even if he
sorry. Earthling could still win this, but it's very
no, I'm
unlikely.
rooting for him. I'm rooting for him. I want this to be close. I really do. He's gonna have to, yeah, he's gonna have to start chaining these Blastotron kills. If you can kill one that's adjacent and free it up, you can shoot at another one that's adjacent and
He
free it
is
up.
gonna need a lot of
Wait,
good kills
two.
here. Is
I
really
would
the
love
thing.
to see. I would love to see all 2 for 2s here. I would love to see 8 for 8 from Earthling. I would love to see it.
It's
Um,
very doable. They're actually going to be attacks of three. They're every single attack, assuming that he manages to get through all of them. They will all be
if he
attacks of
can get
three.
this first one is huge to get this first one free. This is the deciding roll.
Not the
Oh,
deciding role, but it's very good. And yeah, that's
oh,
what he needed.
he got it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so now he can free up another one. Another 3 for 3. We'll see if that like
Nope.
oh dirty. That's a dirty block. Damn. Okay. Well, we got it two
He's
for two.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's pulling him out. Like
Okay. Okay. This is oh yeah, the 0 for 1. That's fine. Okay, interesting.
so, if I'm
Uh,
Earthling, I put my next. So I yeah, Blaha does that, and
mhm.
then he can kill theoretically one more Blastotron. Uh,
Yes.
and if I am
Yeah, looking at the next round.
Looking at the next
Uh,
round, so here's what I would do.
oh,
Tell me how
sorry.
spicy this is. Order marker 1 on band. Order markers 2 and 3 on airborne.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, I
So
think that's
the
fine.
reason why yeah, it's basically you put your band, you basically just clog up the board, kind of like this,
Hmm.
and then you because yeah, and then you just basically yeah, it's just yeah, he
It's a decent attack. I was wondering that attack from Marcus wasn't great. I was wondering if that blast might survive. You need to keep
welcome to the gambler's fallacy.
you need to keep uh Nessing alive here. He
Look,
needs to be woundless going into the end game for sure.
the problem is that if you so if you're so if I am Blaha, order marker 1 is on band, I just engage people. If I get attacks, cool. And then airborne sole purpose is kill Nessing or put as many wounds on Nessing as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. Oh, Earthling setting order markers quickly. This is interesting. He does still have three Blastatrons left.
If I'm
Uh,
Earthling, order marker 1 is Blastotrons 2, 3X or Nessing.
yeah,
I can
I
very much see an argument for 1, 2, 3X on Nessing, but basically the question really becomes do you think you can actually do damage with the Blastotrons if you win initiative? And I think the answer is yes. And you at this point, Earthling needs to be playing for things go right. Because if things go wrong, Earthling's kind of screwed anyway. So
yeah, they already went wrong, so now you got to bank on them going right. I think what Earthling could hope for is this top Gladiatron coming down and shooting a 3v3 on that band. Because if you're Blaha and that band survives or you win initiative, you can come through with Marcus, kill that blast. Oh God, if he rolls a 4.
okay,
You
so
can
we
come
put
through with
so
Marcus, kill
I
the
think
blast, and get a big hit on Nessing. That feels real bad. Yeah.
I don't think Marcus is gonna. So Marcus can definitely get to the Blastron, and yeah, Marcus should attack Blastatron and
Yeah,
have
you hit that
the
blast.
band attack Nessing.
Yeah, that's a big fear.
You
And Earthling
know,
did put one on blast, and oh my God. Well, you're happy that's not on Nessing, I suppose. But now you might be losing all the blasts. So, Earthling gambled on the initiative, and I don't think it was wrong to do that because you're already in a losing
yeah,
position.
like I
So
said, yeah,
you're going from losing to more losing. It's not a huge deal. Um,
hey,
ooh, okay, kind of a nice block. Oh, don't know if he can replicate that. Shoot, he cannot. Can the last one survive? It can. He's not losing the order marker. Um, oh, and Nessing takes one. That doesn't feel great. He's gonna hit. He's gonna take another attack of. Boy, he's gonna take another attack of 3 and another attack of 4. Um,
yeah.
that doesn't feel good. I mean, if one is on Nessing, now it probably feels a little bit better.
So the thing
So,
is, you really need to ask yourself again: if order marker 1 was on Nessing, you win initiative. How good does it feel? And the answer is, I don't think it feels great. I think you basically needed to make the play where you were like really at this point, what Earthling is now hoping for is that Nessing just is an absolute tank.
oh yeah. Well, interestingly, Blaha did put an order marker on airborne.
Yes.
Um, there is an interesting option here to, I believe, double disengage and hit airborne, right?
There is.
And you know it's not on Simon, or if it is, you're fine with that. So you could remove your opponent's order markers here and then get into a good position. And you could maybe use one to shoot the band and then disengage with the last one and just shoot one airborne and hope that goes through.
Well, you know at this point, because what? There's two order markers on the band? Yeah, so this last order marker is on airborne. So yeah, I think the play is you double disengage, you shoot an airborne, you hit your X, and then you hit the other airborne. Like that's the play.
Reference for all our viewers and myself. Van Nessing has an ability to let him use his X as an extra turn. Um, the he gets a bonus to undead, not that big here. And he also has a ranged attack of three, range five, attack three, which is pretty solid.
Yeah, you
He
that
can
that's
use
the
that
play.
on both his normal turn and his X turn.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, there is an option. Two, three, four, five. He could hit the band by the big glacier,
You don't
uh,
hit the band. You go for the airborne.
or the airborne. Sorry, he
If you're
could.
gonna disengage, I don't like that move at all. I guess I see what he's doing. I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean it worked out. He got the
It
kill.
worked, but the problem is that he really should have tried to snipe out the airborne because he's
I wonder if he's saving his X now because he is well hidden from the airborne. I actually don't know if they can hit him, and he's adjusting him before his turn ends. I don't know if the airborne. Oh my.
the airborne can get to him.
You think? With five move, do you think they can see him from anywhere? I,
Okay. I
I
actually
don't
actually I thought one of them could get past the thing. So
think. No, I don't think his. I
no,
mean,
I
he's
think
probably.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I
I
think
think
he's hitting him. So he's saving his X, so he'll have two turns at the end of this round. Oh, that's incredible. Oh, that's fantastic.
no, that is a really solid move. I do like that. I'm
That's
just trying to think if there's any way that.
no. I
But I
think
mean,
that that's
then here's the
fair.
thing. But if
So
so here's the thing. If I'm Blaha now, I just retreat my airborne and take a pot shot at like the. I don't move them forward. Don't move them forward. That is you lose. That is how you lose this
I think
game.
he's hoping for a line of sight here, but there's no way. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
back them up. You back them up.
So yeah, Chris. So Earthling can once again try for an initiative switch. Yeah, and he could kill two band here. He could get a big normal attack on that band with five. Nessing has great stats. Four attack, four defense, five moves, so not the speediest. But again, that range attack is going to be huge. He could hit the band here, 5v3, and then climb up to height and shoot at an airborne. From the level four, which is
Hmm.
fully
Yes,
victory
that is
points get on the
absolutely something he
battery.
can do.
They have been tracking them. I don't think any of them actually have victory points, though,
No,
do
none.
they?
Neither of them have gotten victory points.
I think because they've all been engaged at the end of the round. I don't think either of them have victory points. Could the airborne have gone for the grenade? Oh, actually.
Oh, I see what you're saying there.
Oh, yeah.
No, no,
Anyways,
I don't. You don't go for the grenade. You're not killing Nessing with the grenade. You're just not. The okay. Technically, you could do it, but you need two for twos and Nessing to whiff on four dice twice, and
yeah, I
then
mean,
you're just
imagine Earthling going 0 for 8 with dice. I just can't see it.
you're
No,
hilarious.
yeah, I, I agree. He could have made the attacks, but they wouldn't have been very high quality attacks. Might have put two ones on him, maybe. But also, then you put your airborne in positions where he can hit both of them with a four v
Yeah.
two. At the very least,
Okay.
he has to. Okay, he's going for
I
the four
see
v
what
three
you're
rather than
doing. I
four v
don't
two.
know if I love it.
Yeah, I think it's just better to climb to height. You're getting a better quality attack right now, but then your opponent is getting better quality attacks on you, especially if he wins
So
initiative, which
one thing
again,
worth noting that is if you do win initiative, you're in an amazing place.
oh, he is, especially 'cause he just went 4 for 4 in that airborne.
So if he wins initiative, he runs up, kills that airborne. No one can get to him.
No, well, I guess
None of the
uh
airborne can get to. No, sorry, none of the band can
band,
get to him.
the band have movement on the oh Baja winning a brutal initiative though. Oh, but he's gonna get okay. He's gonna get an attack of 4. That's gonna be a huge attack. And he's opting to pull band in instead of sending that band up to finish off the Blastotrons, which I think is fine.
Well, you
I
want
agree.
the
You're
thing
worried
is though, yeah.
right now. Yeah.
I mean, I would have just grabbed the height. I don't know why you didn't grab the height. It's probably not going to matter, but I think I would have used that band to grab the height.
Yeah, Blaha's gone all band.
Blah gets two VP. Oh, sorry, one VP. Yeah, one VP from last round. Yeah,
Yeah. Um,
I see what you're
excuse me.
doing. I see what he's
Um,
doing, and I like it.
I do not. He's
He's
positioned.
gonna kill the band and then X
Oh,
to kill
up
the
to
other band.
four. Yep. Yeah, he's got to get that kill. This is a big 4v3.
It is.
He wants to see another 4v4 out of 4. Um, he's
No,
second guessing.
I think that's the
Go
play.
for it. You kill two band, and Marcus actually can't engage you from that position.
Correct.
The other band can,
That's
but
fine.
that
You
band's
have
only
height.
getting a 3v5,
Yeah.
and you're getting that kill. Yep. Okay. Van Nessing's got to get this kill, and Earthling has to make the gutsy move here. I wonder if he's hoping to save his X for another initiative flip, but he's in a really
No, you need to get out. You need to get out of the place where you're going to get more attacks, especially height attacks. Like if this attack fails,
Do you disengage? Or do you just swivel around to the level 2?
I probably disengage.
Oh, okay. That's huge. I think
Yeah.
Earthling may be just not trusting his attack dice at this
Oh no,
point.
very valid. Hey,
And that's
Van Nessing
45
is
now.
proven to be a beast.
Yep. Yeah. Ooh, 3 out of 5 into 3 dice. He can't quite get that defense. Wow, 2 banned in a turn, and he's only taken 2 wounds.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, those could disappear quickly, but Blaha has finally reduced below full activations.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Marcus can hit him there. Ooh, and he whiffs. Okay. It's getting really interesting. Marcus is obviously not going to take many attacks from Nessing here. Nessing's still going to try and reduce activations.
Mm-hmm.
Both band are going to be able to get there thanks to the Simon bonus, but they are unboosted right now.
Those are really good attacks,
Ooh, those
though.
are big attacks. Oh, he does block the first one. He can't blank. Oh, takes 2 though. That's painful.
Yeah.
Painful. He's
He
gonna get.
kind of needed things to be better. Yeah, you just got to kill one of them. You have no
Yep.
other
He's got
options.
the kill here. Okay. So we're gonna see a 3v5 and a 4v5 to decide the finals here. This is
Not
very exciting.
necessarily. That Blastotron, he still has a
Yeah.
Blastotron.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay, 1 for 3. Oh, there's the 3 for 5 you want, and now the boosted attack. That's not bad. Oh,
Well, that's
that's
third order
game.
marker. It's not
That's
necessarily game, but it probably is game.
uh, yeah. I think Earthling called it there. The last
Fair
Blastotron.
enough.
Uh, Tough to be able to outrun Marcus in an airborne.
Well, the thing is that yeah, no, on your on Blaha's next turn, put it on the band. Well, actually, no, you put it on Marcus.
Yeah,
Marcus
you put
is going to be able to engage that Blastron. That Blastron cannot get away from Marcus.
yeah. Yeah.
Um, yeah,
Yeah. Good game. Yeah, great
yeah,
game. Well played by everyone.
yeah. It was a
Um,
fun game to watch.
yeah, that was a really good game for a finals. That had everything we wanted to
Yeah,
see. Down to the last few figures on the board. Van Nessing made a
with the
great
final
run at the end.
stats. Yeah,
Earthling,
Nessing brought Earthling stats up a lot near the end, but
but it's you want your attack dice to be good early. You don't want it to be good late.
I've
Um,
managed to sneak some games in with late
it's tough
but
once you get the
it's tough.
momentum
Yeah.
going. I agree. Earthling was really stunted going 2 for 12 on kills when you would expect 6 for 7 there, and then
Yeah, that
Blah having having an insane 5 for 5 kills go through with the most ridiculous attack dice we've ever seen. That really changed things. It was extremely close right up until that point. Even despite Earthling's really low attack dice, it was still anyone's game. And it still kind of was because Van Nessing really put up a fight, and if
No,
he
like I
if
said, Van Nessing is
he was
very
there,
good in
yeah.
yeah, Van Nessing is very
Oh,
good in
definitely. And Earthling played him really well, taking that disengage that he needed to be able to sit with his X for a little bit longer and get just a little bit more value. Uh, I think losing that initiative really hurts because he died right before his three. If he wins that initiative, he gets to take that three, and the game totally changes. Um, Earthling, uh, I believe, only won an initiative having Dagmar, and I don't believe won an initiative otherwise. And in fact, I don't think we saw a double-digit initiative roll, an unmodified double-digit initiative roll this game. So it
Oh
was
no, we did.
quite
The
close.
very first
Did we?
order
Oh,
markers of the game. Earthling
oh,
actually won the very first one.
oh,
But the
sure.
14 to 12.
The one you maybe don't even want to win.
I
Um,
think I think I think you don't want to win it if you have the range disadvantage.
yeah, I guess an initiative flip with Glad Blast feels really good. Um,
Yeah. So I mean
definitely.
it worked itself out. You know.
Yeah, yeah, that was an excellent game.
Oh
And
no,
that was
wait,
a
no, that would be sorry. That 14 to 12, that would be yeah, Baja won that one. Sorry. But yeah.
yep.
Um
Oh, okay. Yeah. So okay, yeah, I can remember how that played out. Oof. Yeah. So initiative's also pretty painful because there were a couple. If he had won outside of Tagmar, that could have been pretty important. Um,
there was so many little pieces that
mm,
um so many pieces that could have gone differently. Hmm.
yeah, and the Airborne have clinched the tournament, which is interesting. They they win you games and they do sometimes win you tournaments. My favorite anecdote about the Airborne, and I'm sorry, Mega Silver, if you're still watching. Uh, I I played a game against Mega Silver in an OHS season where the Airborne did not drop for 9 rounds. Uh, and the game ended, and I still managed to win despite the Airborne not dropping. So I don't know what the odds are. If the odds are 8% for them not dropping for 5 rounds, I can only imagine what it is for them not dropping for nine.
Let me
But
check
I
real
did
quick.
see it happen. I did see it happen, and karma came back to me. I still ended up winning that game, but I that's my
1%.
favorite. 1%. Okay, so we hit that 1%. But then we hit the other 1% where Kaminawa basically soloed the entire army. So it worked out. But that's my favorite airport anecdote is that they didn't drop for 9 rounds.
So
Um
I
Still
don't
managed to win the game. They're quite
yeah,
fun.
I don't remember what it I do not remember how many rounds it was, but the one that I did was it was a heat of battle, chaos of battle event in OHS. And one of my armies was a bunch of Death Stalkers, Death Commander, and the Airborne. And I was playing against Marden Hounds, and I think some Hoplotrons. And the battle kind of raged for a long time. My Airborne were not dropping the entire game. He got death. You got my last figure, Death Commander, down to a single life, and then the Airborne dropped, and Death Commander died on the first order marker of the next round.
Oh,
But now I had four
uh,
Airborne to go run around and murder everything.
that's amazing. Yeah, I'm actually planning, spoiler alert for everyone watching, I'm actually planning to play the Airborne for Jank Tank this weekend. I'm swapping them in for my for my Brunak, one of my armies. It it felt like the best thing I could do given the circumstances. I'm quite fond of them as a unit. They've done really well for me in pod draft type stuff. They've they're fun. They're an excellent unit on the board. I think the thing is everyone has a story where it's like, oh, the airborne didn't drop for 10 rounds,
I
and
mean,
now I
my
don't want to bring them anymore because they I lost that game, and you blame the unit, but The thing is, like, so this game I think only lasted 5 rounds. You said the odds of that only 8%. So
Hmm.
the rest of Blaha's build here is obviously the synergy is amazing. The airborne being disciplined, and
Hmm.
also uh, uh, the airborne getting the movement bonus from Marcus, and also technically Frazier, but whatever. Uh, not that you're hopefully using that. So the synergy is really nice here. The rest of his army with really fast melee bonding seems like it's not actually built around only the airborne. And I think that is probably the key to a lot of his wins. Like Mega Silver says, Blaha's only loss this season where the airborne didn't drop was still really close because the rest of this army in Delta control points has done super well. Four squads of Band and Marcus have torn through on their own without the airborne a lot of these armies. So I think that's probably a big part of the key to this success here is that the airborne themselves are just one facet of the army, sort of one toolkit in a sense. And it's a tool that you don't know when you're going to get to use, and that's a little inconvenient, but the rest of the army is quite capable on its own. And so I think that's a big part of, we're saying the airborne won the tournament, the airborne won the game, but I mean really the airborne were there and they helped, but it wasn't only on them. And I think that's a big part of why Blaha got as far as he did and is a champion.
But I think one of the key things to consider is that four-figure melee bonding is really good. And I believe band are one of the cheaper bonding options in Delta. And the fact that they synergize with the airborne is very helpful. So yeah, I do think that if you're going to bring airborne, this is definitely a good call. And I do think OHS formats favor airborne a little bit more than uh, something that's the person who wins goes undefeated because you're probably going to get a loss when you run airborne. It's just going to happen.
It's
Uh,
fair.
but but yeah, and since the OHS format doesn't penalize you for one loss, it penalizes you for two losses. It's a lot easier to get the run where you only have one airborne loss. And yeah, and like you said, this is a really solid like I don't you might want another bonder, but Fraser does really good at helping them kind of close the gap, as it were.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think this map had issues for both Blaha and Earthling. I think one of the key things though is had Blaha not dropped until round three, Earthling might have been too late at that point.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. But on the same token, if they had dropped round one, this would have been possibly a very comfortable game for Blaha.
Yeah,
So
no, it's very true.
very, they, I guess they dropped at the right time to make it a close game either
So
way.
yeah, the
Uh,
thing is, the airborne are definitely going to increase your variance in games, and that can be tricky to play with.
I guess when you let your opponent roll 36% attack dice for the first two rounds,
That
you're
that
happy to increase the variance any way you can.
that that whole sequence of turns right there, followed by Blaha just
Oh,
blasting through everything,
I was
that
losing
that
mind.
that was the defining moment of the game.
Could not
Um,
believe what we were seeing. Chris
yeah,
Perkins, like the stream, would be cool to see more finals type event stream. More fun watching this than just staring at the Google Doc sheet alone. That painted a really vivid picture in my mind, and that's really funny.
hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
no, thank you so much for joining us. It was really fun to have all you guys chat and on Dysel's stream as well in the chat. And Dysel, it was great to have you on. I
yeah,
I would love to do this again. I'd love to do it again with you, Dysel, and I would love to have other co-casters on.
yeah.
It was
I
fun.
can't promise what my schedule would look like, but this one I happened to be available, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, why
Yeah,
not?
it worked out. Yeah. Yeah, Gray Ways, this was fun. Yeah, this was so much fun. Um, yeah, it was a lot of fun. Saturday, perhaps big day for stream games. Um, yeah, and I know there's a finals tomorrow. I'm not for Classic League. I'm not gonna cast that because I have another game. Um, I think my bonus Classic League game right before that, so I don't think I'll be up to streaming that. But I would love to. Yeah, I would love to stream I would love to stream OST finals. I wasn't. I was busy for the last finals we had, whatever that was. I think it was OST. But this was super fun, Dice. So I would love to do this again.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. I'm game for it. I tend to I think yeah, my schedule's a little finicky, but this one worked out fine. Yeah, definitely game for it in the future. It's always nice to be able to commentate on games with you know,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's more fun than being alone for sure.
Well, and yeah, like obviously, like I mean, we both kind of missed some things that your chat kind of well, actually, both chats like pointed out, like, hey, wait a minute, this thing, and I was like, oh yeah, 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 that's right, yeah, and I know there's
Sorry.
been plenty of times where I'm like, there's definitely been times where I've been watching a game and I'm like, oh, you should do this thing and this other thing, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute, no, wait, you can't do that, or wait, no, that's actually a bad idea. Wait a minute, hold on. Or I'll sometimes see someone do a move and I'll be like, how'd you oh, okay, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing now, but it takes me a minute. And so sometimes having that sort of live reaction sort of thing is also fun to be like, oh yeah, that's right. These
Well, and there's just more like the chat has some good banter sometimes, but it's more fun to go back and forth with another person. Although
yeah.
I have been enjoying voice chats with my opponents quite a bit.
Oh yeah, no, like I think that the
Yeah,
voice chat for online tournaments is very helpful for creating a similar experience to a live one. Yeah, I mean I plan on playing in the Jank Tank event on Saturday.
same.
I am not swapping out Airborne. Do I even have any
That's your
squads?
loss. So yeah, we will both be streaming. If you are not playing, you can't make it. Hop in our streams when you can. I'm planning to just do all four. I think all four games straight.
Yeah.
It should be pretty fun. It's
I
a tournament, I think, which I actually really like. I think that'll be fun. My opinion, I think competitive scape to me is a really funny term because really it's just like a bunch of friends who know each other just like playing online. Like competitive scape is like a misnomer for like what it actually is. So I'm really looking forward to like a bunch of people that I like just hanging out and playing some competitive scape.
so like
I like the tank take format, so it'll be fun.
yeah, I'd say that as far as like compared to a number of other competitive scape, because our competitive game formats, uh, Scape is much more casual than a lot of other ones. There's a lot like I have been in plenty of like I think Magic tournaments or something where if I made a mistake, my opponent's not gonna let me do that. Whereas I have played multiple Scape tournaments where I'm like, oh, I was gonna do this thing I forgot to do this. Are you cool with that? And people have been like, yeah, no, that's fine. And not like, 3 turns later, but like I just like finished up my order marker or something. I'm like, oh wait, I was gonna do this or something like that. Or is it okay if I move this dude here instead, even though it's not gonna affect anything? I've mostly had people say no, you can't if it's actually gonna affect anything. But like when it's like, oh, actually, I was gonna put this guy here instead of there, sort of thing. So
Right. Yeah. No,
there's a lot more of a casualness, camaraderie that I definitely feel in it. I do think that's very much helped by the fact that the community has, um, over the past bunch of years, developed, like you said, those series of friendships. There's a lot of people that I have been friends with for like a decade been playing this game. I
yeah.
mean, hilariously, my very first game actually did involve Airborne. Doc loves to mock me as this being one of my stories that I tell a bunch of times, but very first game Escape that I played, I had my friend build like a giant map, the map you build in your like first plan that's got like all these hills and stuff like that. And she put a glyph on top of the hill. The airborne grabbed it. It was Ivor.
Oh
That
gosh.
should tell you everything about that game.
Oh no.
Yeah, airborne on a hill with Ivor. First game of Hero
And
Escape.
and you still play.
I have hated Ivor since I have known this game existed.
So
So
funny. Just
yeah,
yeah. special
Oh,
version of Turret Rocks just slapping you in the face. That's amazing.
pretty
Sure. Glad I
much.
could catch some of this live GGs. Yeah, congrats to Blaha. Great way to stay
Yeah,
connected with the
absolutely.
community. By far the most welcoming and friendly online community apps I've ever been a part of. Yeah, I agree. And it helps that it's smaller. I think that's definitely part of it. Again, because everyone kind of knows everyone, so there's less room for jerks. I think. Um,
These, so you're gonna
Statistically
have,
and athletically,
yeah.
I'm doing my best, but um, there's, yeah, everyone's too nice. Yeah, no, it's great. I'm looking forward. So Saturday stream, Dice and I will both be streaming. Make sure to check out her Twitch channel and subscribe or whatever you do on Twitch.
I mean,
Um,
technically, yeah, but I also do end up uploading videos to YouTube in a.
ooh, yeah,
I'd love to say
yeah,
there is
that's
a
right.
pattern to when I upload these Twitch videos onto YouTube, and the pattern is I remember to do it. So
Okay. That's
that's
good.
the
You
pattern.
stick to your pattern at least. That's And I know I've heard rumors that she's working on a top secret upcoming
Yes,
upcoming
I
project.
I got
So
very sidetracked by like
uh,
three or four things, including Oregon getting a free trial of Alaska over the past couple weeks. Well, this last week. Um,
that's understandable.
so there's
Yeah.
been some stuff that I have something that I'm planning on doing, and a number of things have kind of gotten in my way to do it.
Yeah.
I am
So make
hopeful.
sure make sure
I
you
am hopeful that
subscribe to
something
her.
will come out soon,
Me
and
too. I'm excited
in
for
a
it.
in a fairly short digestible content. So
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll see what
of course.
happens.
We need more good edited content.
Yes,
That's
good
the only
editing.
reason I started like streaming and making content. That's my only I think I've said this before. My beef with other Heroescape creators is that they just don't post enough. That's my only, and I know they have lives and jobs or whatever, but
It is
that's
hard
not
to
it's not
maintain a
enough.
schedule.
Oh
It
yeah.
is,
No, and
especially when you're someone like me who one of the things to know about me is that when a new thing kind of pops into my radar, that sometimes eats up way more of my life than I anticipate it doing. And then all of a sudden I look up and 3 weeks have gone by and I have just consumed an alarming amount of whatever new thing popped into my life. And that'll happen sometimes. I'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. I had other things that I wanted to take care of, but they all got thrown onto the wayside while I did this other thing. So yeah, I do want to try and be more consistent with things that, aren't just me streaming games.
And the funny thing is, now that I'm actually doing it, like before I started, I was like, oh, I'm gonna do all these live streams. I'm gonna like edit them. I'm gonna get like a video out every week. And I'm working on number 4 in like 3 months. So, no, I totally get it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever this top secret project is.
If
I
it
definitely
all goes according
always
to
more.
plan, it'll be a fun series, and that's the hope. That's the
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, so
Is
everyone
that
make sure you go check her out and support her. It's I say this every stream. It's a small gesture from you, but it really is significant to us every little subscribe button. So
get the
yeah,
warm
this is
fuzzies?
yeah, this yeah, especially when we're in, just double digits, everyone is significant to us. So yeah, check her out. Um, this was a really fun stream. This was definitely one of
Yeah.
the best streams we've had. So, thanks everyone for hanging out. It was great to have you guys in the chat and watching some really excellent competitive scape. That was a great game. So, I am going to hop off because it is well past my bedtime.
I
Um,
should probably take care of some stuff before the night gets too far away from me as well. Cool. Well, I will catch y'all around,
yeah,
and yeah, peaceful.
yeah. All right. Yeah. Have a good night.
You as well.